Things again in the tobacco sector very soon, because China has opened up to the imports, duty-free imports from Africa. How about a country with the fame of the most coveted flavor tobacco becoming a global cigarette producer? We already have the branding every year from February to September. The best cigarette makers in the world, they are in Harare, the biggest tobacco market, leaf tobacco market in the world. So we already have the reputation in that industry. But money is made in cigarettes. So this is where the big money is. This is a huge industry. I think it's more than 1 billion, $1 billion US. No, more than that global. It's huge. So Zimbabwe is going to have its rightful place in the beneficiation of cigarettes because of what China has done in opening up its market for duty-free excellence. This is a good thing, a market as big as China, 1.13 billion people, a huge middle class. This is very good. So these are the things which are happening, and we are very happy to be receiving the Namibian president, Comrade Ndaitwa. She will be here. She is going to be the one officially opening the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show, I think. No, I'm told she may, I was perhaps a pre-airing because she had been invited, but she may no longer be coming. But anyway, we have our agricultural show this week, so please exclude that item from your publication. But we still have very good relations with Namibia. Maybe it just has been a question of scheduling. She will be coming at some stage or other. They respect our president as a senior statesman, the late Geingob. As soon as President Geingob, as soon as he was made president, he flew to Zimbabwe to say, we respect you, Zimbabwe, as the doyen of the African National Liberation Movement. So we still expect a visit from here. But that as it may, the agricultural show is on. It's a big jamboree for Zimbabwean, for Harare people. It puts the city on the map, and it gives the Zimbabweans a chance to show their mettle in an industry where we are making again big marks on the global stage. Zimbabwe's blueberries, they have elite supermarkets from Europe to the Middle East, now to Hong Kong, and even now to China. Avocados, strawberries, our weather, which is special, has given us an opportunity when other markets are not supplying. Zimbabwe comes in. So we get top dollar for our products and the quality which we produce, some of the sweetest fruits because of our soils and our weather, our climate. I've got a story to tell about Zimbabwe's climate, about the soils of Zimbabwe. The Dutch Tropical Institute says any seed you drop in Zimbabwe sprouts. This is the top tropical agricultural institute of the world. They've given us that rubric that Zimbabwe's climate supports any seed which you drop, it will sprout. The Chinese, when our tobacco industry was under threat because of the land reform and the denial of capital, they thought they could produce leaf tobacco the quality of Zimbabwe. So they were made to believe by Zimbabwean white tobacco farmers that they can produce Zimbabwean tobacco in type China. And to this, the one in I went back to the same place in Guizhou, China. 2 years later, I couldn't find my nationals anymore. I said, but where are those farmers who came here And when they said, no, they went back, the climate and the soil could not deliver, you see. So this is what is the story about our climate and our soil. We are so privileged. And our president is an ardent farmer. He focuses on farming. And already it is delivering miracles, what is being done in the horticulture sector, in the fruit sector, the whole Zambezi, the whole Limpopo Valley. Very soon you'll be flying watching from the aeroplanes, watching yellow on the ground as the water is being husbanded to support citrus production on a scale which satisfies hungry Asian markets. And when I was in Mozambique, I was flying a plane provided by President Chapo last week. They were also doing the same thing along the Limpopo Valley in Mozambique. So we may soon have a Limpopo Integrated Management Authority, where South Africa, Zimbabwe, Botswana, and Mozambique come together so that we produce citrus on a scale to rival Turkey or Spain or indeed even the Americas, because our climate and our soil so obliged, they give us a privilege. All in all, a very rosy picture about a president who is rightly focused on economic deliverance as a compact with the people of Zimbabwe, a covenant with the people of Zimbabwe to say, you fought so hard to be where you are today. You fought for the prospect of prosperity. We will deliver on that prosperity. And when we eventually go to join the others whom we're celebrating on our Defense Forces Day, on our Heroes Day, August, we will say to them, your sacrifice was not in vain. So lest we forget, the only way is to pay homage through delivering of prosperity. That's what President Mnangagwa stands for. That's what Zanu PF's Politburo is seized with. That's what Zanu PF and its organs are seized with. And finally, we had our Women's League, the organ of the party, made a historic visit to Chimoyo Shrine. I think the program is being broadcast. They did something which has not been done before. They took a cross-section of women from Zimbabwe society, professionals, doctors, all sorts. They went to Chimoyo. And there, on those mass graves, the stories were being recounted about the sacrifices which were made in the 70s by Zimbabwean youth between 12 and 22 to be where we are today. It was a moving pilgrimage. And I think it really touched to the hearts of these professionals. They want the history of this country. And yours truly has been assigned by the party to go to make a compendium of the history of the National Liberation Movement. It's work which is now getting into fruition. We have made the necessary consultations. We'll be giving the report to our Secretary General, and we'll take it to the President and then to the Politburo. We want Zimbabweans to, from whoever may be next to them, about what happened through the war, so that we can bring back the complete picture of our heroic fight. We want young people, through compositions, to be inquiring in rural schools from their parents, from their aunts, from their relatives, stories about what happened during the war, and there will be compositions from them, so that the story of the war is built from those who participated in it before that generation disappears. This is what we're engaging. Also very happy that records are coming up from America, from South Africa, from England, about how that war was fought. We want to carry out an academic exercise which is subject to peer review, so that it stands the history of integrity. Then what Zimbabweans did to be where they are today can be put into the annals of history. It will be the stuff of legends, so that young people can make films, can make documentaries about our epic struggle to be where we are today. This will give us the confidence so that we can continue to sustain the path of revival, of resurgence, which ZANU-PF is championing, which President Mnangagwa is at the forefront of, and which the people of Zimbabwe are again showing to Africa and its diaspora that Africans are second to none on the, as a race, as a continent. I want to thank you. Questions? Any questions? Anything we know, we don't shy. I've always made it a point. Don't, but...
Did the political group discuss anything in regard to this year's conference?
Yes. It was the main event, of course, of our internal debate. We focused on the conference in Chinoy, which is coming, and I'm the top politician in Mashonaland West. Thank you for reminding. We are proud hosters of the conference of ZANU-PF come October. We are doing it well ahead of the season, of the holiday season. Preparations are very much afoot, and our national chairperson is engaged with that. So is our provincial chairperson, Mary Muliswa. The national chairperson, of course, is Comrade Opa Mchinguri, the Minister of Defense. So we have also our provincial chairperson, Mary Muliswa. We are always conscious about gender positivity. So we have two strong women shepherding this important event on the political calendar of ZANU-PF. It will be reviewing the work which has been done by the government as an executor of the policies of ZANU-PF. The elected government is the one which carries out the work on the ground, and the party reviews so that government can be given proper guidelines so that this good thing, this good story which I've been talking about can continue to get better. Yeah, we never sit on our laurels as a party. We always want to learn. We will be identifying case studies where we have done well. We will tweak them so that they become examples of even more widespread application in the productive life of Zimbabwe at work, so that prosperity can be delivered. So this is the work which is basically the conference. It's a review conference about what we are doing, focusing on that covenant between the people of Zimbabwe and ZANU-PF, but also on the historic commitment, dedication of our leader, whose institutional memory helps us to assess where we have done, how we have done, and where we shall go. Thank you. Another person? Thank you.
Media Senate.
Freelancer. Ambassador, you spoke about how Constitutional Amendment Act assured continuity and sustainability till 2030. Since 2028 could have been a point of vulnerability, ending the era of politics. Right? So my question goes on to say, so from now till 2030, is the party already preparing itself?
Tractors and those who are enemies, sworn enemies of the National Liberation Movement, to ambush 2020, to ambush 2028. And there was a possibility that the country may not have been well prepared to withstand these pressures. And it is this assessment by ZANU-PF which made us decide to look at our constitutional possibilities to handle that situation. And it is why ZANU-PF went to the people of Zimbabwe to consult them about that issue. And it is why ZANU-PF supported the amendment. And it is very happy that Parliament responded accordingly, including the opposition. So clearly, generally in the country, there was a sensitization that there may be a pitfall on this particular issue. So the Constitutional Act addressed that matter. I also want to remind you that the current president, it probably one of his most difficult times, and this is a man who went through war, who was on the gallows, came out and went back to war again. But probably one of the most challenging times he ever had was the closing pages of the First Republic. There was very serious danger that the ship of the Zimbabwean revolution could have gone into irreversible turbulence, destructive turbulence. And he had to handle that situation. So he has got inane knowledge of the dangers which have to be handled in succession. He has, because he went through it. And that DNA, we are counting on it, that what you're talking about will be addressed. He has got the DNA. Look at what is done on the global stage. Look at what is done on the African stage. Look at what is done on the regional stage. Look at how he's handling the xenophobia issue to protect the image of South Africa from ridicule and scorn. Because we are Africans, it is important that we see each other in the same image. Never allow another African to be seen in a different image, because we are the same. So God willing, you can be assured that the anxieties which may arise about 2030 will have been addressed during this period. 4 years is good enough to address that. It's an important issue. Continuity, handing over power, all these are obligations of a political party. The president takes them seriously. He knows where Zanu PF has been from its inception to be where it is today. And the different challenges which he has faced as it charted the Zimbabwe revolution. So that will be his memory bank about how to handle the situation which we are talking about. There cannot be a better and more adept person to handle this matter than him. I thank you. Another question? Well, thank you so much for your time. And it's lunch time. So